Okay, let's start with a few numbers. Did you know that 55% of customers stop using a product because they don't know how to use it? It's not that they're not satisfied with your product. It's actually they have no clue how to use it. They're just inactive. They're not dissatisfied customers. They're not just users. So step one is to turn a customer into a user. That sounds obvious, but it takes a lot of effort in the very early days of your customer engagement journey. 60% on the other side, 60% of customer success managers consider that scaling their processes is their number one priority. This is taken from the survey that we conducted over the last few months. Big number, like getting your processes right and making sure they're ready for growth is a top priority for customer success professionals. And lastly, a majority of SaaS customers, 70% of them, and that's a Forrester survey from last year, expect a self-service SaaS onboarding experience. So we're facing a contradiction here. Like customers want to feel special, and yet they want to do things at their own pace. They want to be able to self-serve content, education, help, and that's where low-touch strategies come into play.
Yeah, I don't know if that is a contradiction, Seb. I mean, it's let's not forget that the younger generations, what I call the Generation Y and Z, have been raised in that way, right? We usually they call them the digital natives, but actually they're not digital natives. They're network natives. They were raised and brought up in networks, right? They were the first generation that grew up with networks, social media, and so on. And they're used to this self-service kind of way of working. They're used to try and find the information themselves. That's what they do on networks. That's what they do in social media. So I don't know if that's so much of a contradiction. I think it's more in line with the evolutions of society as a whole.
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely true. The final thought I wanted to open this masterclass with is, as you all know, it's a lot more expensive to acquire a new customer than to retain a customer, and yet there's a lot of value in retaining customers and growing them, upselling them. So it's worth investigating and investing in this strategy topic.
I think especially in the SaaS world, the cost of acquisition is often underestimated, right? Seb, you've done you were part as a startup in the SaaS world. I was the co-founder of 2 SaaS startups as well. Cost of acquisition is so important, and as you mentioned, 5 to 25 times more expensive to get a new one. When you're a startup or a scale-up, that is massive. I mean, it's where all your money goes to.
Yeah, absolutely.